This is the guide of how to become a pro Tetris player by the number 8 worldwide Tetris player circulation. Enjoy! TKI and MS2 as opener, and use TKI whenever you can, and use MS2 when you can't use TKI. Reason: TKI is very flexible as it's a TSD opener, which means you can use garbage lines easily. There are also follow-ups like TSD, TSD PC. And MS2 can be both OP with good garbage or perfect cleared. They are both very strong openers. TKI and MS2 cover all that, so there is not a lot of memorization required. Also, TKI and MS2 leads to no opener are built to win unless you have very good RNG, which gives more time to practice mid-game. If you opener are built to rank up, you will have worse mid-game compared to other players and it's bad in long term. Down stacking. Down stacking is actually about both upstacking and down stacking. You have to look at least two different garbage columns. If there is a Tetris hole and a single hole in other column, you need to look at both of them. Just like normal stacking, board flatness is most important. Then it's about garbage usage, which is use your garbage hole as soon as possible and avoid stacking over garbage holes. If you can't downstack while maintaining flat board, cleanly upstack at place with no garbage holes below. No matter how good you're at downstacking, you have to both downstack and upstack in order to get done. Thinking method and versus. First, remember the priority, which is board flatness, then garbage usage, then APM, which is already mentioned in the previous guide. You need to know exactly how your whole board looks like in order to know where to stack first, because you need to fix flatness issues first and where to set up the T-spin due to your board shapes, as different T-spin setups can be used with different board shapes, and where not to stack up because of garbage hole. Second, think about servo piece placement at once. The exact amount is adjustable due to situation, mostly about how much you can think, and it can still lead to good stacking. When board is very messy and it's hard to think, I probably only think about 2 pieces placement and rethink after placing them. But the minimum amount is think about 2 pieces placement. Never think less than 2 pieces placement at once. If you can't do it, train your brain to be able to do it, like by playing slower to try to do so. Make sure after several pieces is placed, your board will still remain flat, which is having very few holes, most of the time only one hole. Also, maintain correct height difference for T-spin, which is either same height or 3 wide gap. If you're instead focusing on downstacking, maintain a flat board and don't cover garbage hole unless you can downstack the part that covers the garbage hole easily or make it into a big spike. When to upstack and when to downstack. You should always know about the position of 2 different columns garbage if you have any, even only 1 or 2 garbage. When it's only around 4 columns of garbage with mostly clean, you should try to open it up while maintaining back-to-back without trying too hard to do so, which the priority is flatness, then back-to-back chain, then garbage usage. Clear the garbage if you can maintain flat board and back-to-back chain. When it's either messy garbage or around 7+ column of whatever type of garbage, you should focus on dealing with the garbage, which the priority is flatness, then garbage usage, then back-to-back chain or higher APM. Focus on board cleanness and clearing the garbage. If T-spin delay your garbage usage, like blocking your garbage, then don't go for it. unless you're trying to set up a big spike and is confident to execute it. Finesse. Finesse is good, but it's not a must. If you don't find it too painful to learn, then learn it. Same with 180 spins. Dash and ARR. Dash is personal preference, but I don't like to set it as too low, as due to my experience, if you can place pieces faster with low dash abusing, you will end up not thinking about enough next pieces and it's harmful for long-term improvement. I recommend 90 plus dash and the exact number is your own preference. For ARR, I recommend 0. Almost every pro uses 0 and it just feels like smoother. Practice method. Thinking method is the same no matter what mode you're playing, and you need to play a lot of different modes in order to improve fast. Cheese mode. Play both fast and slow and mainly slow. This mode is 100% about down stacking, so it helps a lot with down stacking. Mainly play it slow is because you need to find out different patterns. Sprint. Fast but with brain. Actually in long term, if you want to get faster in sprint, you need to think. No matter what mode it is, if you're just trying to move your hands fast, you won't improve a lot, as this is a thinking game. Players play faster, mostly because they see the more complete pattern with shortest amount of time. Think more about next pieces and make sure the placement is gonna remind you with a good board. Ultra. Mostly LSD stacking and a bit of freestyle and mainly slow. Find out different upstack patterns and concepts and get familiar with different patterns. Versus. Play both fast and slow, mainly fast, like 90% of the time. Patterns are mostly learned in single player mode or by studying other pros replay, so you don't need to play a lot of slow versus or turn-based. For all the modes I mentioned above or versus, it's necessary to study pros replay and learn different patterns and concepts from it for fast improvement. I have made guides on how to learn from pros. The main idea is just that you should analyze their placement by watching it like you're playing yourself. Think about your placement first and compare the difference. Think about why and learn the concepts and patterns behind whenever the solution of yours and the pros is different, even it's just very small. I have also made LST guide. I will link them in description and make sure you check it out. For LST stacking, besides the guide, you should also study from Kazu's LST stacking. You should go to YouTube and search Kazu LST and study it yourself too. And for cheese mode, you can go into Tetris leaderboard and choose a record with low piece counts, like around below 260. And for sprint, you can randomly pick one in the leaderboard with lower than 2.75 kpp at least. Last, for versus, you can extract the replay from pro players' profile in Tetris. I recommend Kazu, Black, CC, Tetris, and Diao. Common mistakes that you need to prevent. First, always follow the priority, which is board flatness always being the most important, which is already mentioned in the thinking method part. And you should always think about at least 2 pieces placement at once, even if you misdropped or have a bad board or having very back-to-back chain or you feel like opponents is gonna die. Don't think about other factors. You should play the game that you should play normally, and don't choke. For how to deal with misdrops, look at the whole board and think about where to stack up and where you should not stack. It's kind of like dance stacking. Second, don't play too much Tetra League. Tetra League can be too stressful unless you have very good mental. Too stressful means that you can't think about placements calmly, which leads to a less improvement. I recommend spending most of the time playing someone that has similar skill with you and play the solo modes that I have mentioned. You can climb from very low rank to X rank in several hours if you're skilled enough. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, comment and share if you like the video. I will try to make some type of guides after 4,000 subs. My channel is mostly about top player 1 vs 1 skill focused gameplay with guides sometimes. Follow my Twitter if you want to know more about me. Thanks for watching again.